Well, hey, everyone. This is Andy Hall. Call me Dr. Kennard. This is the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. Sleep is an interesting thing. You can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do things and then go to sleep and wake up 5 minutes ago. That's how weird sleep is. I do have the show set up, of course, because that's what I was doing at 3 o'clock this morning. So all kinds of news stories. Racist Russian sushi. What? Racist Russian sushi? Racist Russian sushi. Governor DeSantis, we're going to be talking about him. A couple of funny videos, some memes, some other stories I can't think of off the top of my head because I don't have my cheat sheets set up. Microphone is here. Wishes everyone a good morning. Microphone didn't sleep in, did you? Microphone? No. Microphone doesn't have to worry about bizarre sleep disorders or anything like that. So I'm going to do the funny video and start the show.
Did your father feed you today? Yeah. Did he give you the good seed? Yeah. Did he give you everything? Yeah. I want you to say ooh, say ooh, yeah. Say ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, yeah.
Well, there you go. Show's over, everyone. We did our job for today. No, the show's not over. So many things to do. Oh, hit the Robert X. Thank you. Robert X keeping me in line, asking people to hit the like, even when I just woke up. Once again, it wasn't the fact that I just woke up. It was the fact that I was awake hours ago, like at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I went back to sleep. And I thought I would just be up in like 20 minutes or so. But no, I slept for at least another good hour and a half. I got a full REM cycle. That's what happened. See what I mean? See, now I have to go through the chat and see how everyone's doing. Oh, Grand Farmer, good morning. Does Andy make you Randy? Does he? It's an odd question, John Hudson. It's an odd question. Good morning from Indiana. Good morning, Dee Parks. Good morning. What's up, Wild Eden? Glad to see that you're here. Rage. What's up, Tobin Templeman? I think you can catch some of the show. Well, I'm happy with that, Brain Bug, even though this is my second cup of coffee. I had my first cup at 4. I thought that would keep me up until it was time for my second cup of coffee until I started this show. That's not true. It did not keep me up at all. Sammy Jenkins. Jess M, hello. And is this everyone? And of course, Robert X. And Imaginary Cut. Hey, did you see the show last night? Did you see the conversation with Bertha Vasquez, the director of the Teachers Institute for Evolutionary Studies? It was pretty cool. This is Bertha's, I think, 3rd time I've chatted with her. And every single time I talk with her, I learn something new, either about teaching or about evolution. And what frightened me, and I guess it should have surprised me, anyone. What's up, bigzebra.com, is, Bertha, she's been teaching science, middle school science, in public schools in Miami-Dade County for 30 years. And what she told me about her current classroom situation, just shocking. It's shocking. So the classroom that she teaches in, and please see the whole video, but the classroom she teaches in, she has something like 35 students, no windows. She cannot even keep the door open for ventilation. And why? Because they're afraid of school shooters. So they're afraid of school shooters. And so the entire room is sealed off. It's just her and her students relying on central air to keep the air circulated. Shocking. It was, no windows, Big Zebra. There's no windows in her classroom. And the door is shut and locked because of the fear of school shooters. Once again, I did the show last night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to check it out, please do. So what are we doing? What are the news stories? Like I said, we're going to talk about Russian racist sushi. It isn't racist Russian sushi, but it's about an ad that made racist Russians go crazy in the Russian Federation. What's up, Dr. Mordecai? And I'm not going to Big Zebra. I'm going to answer this. BigZebra.com says, maybe we can send them some bread and water in a tin cup to go with those no windows. It's insane. It's absolutely insane what's going on down there. All right. Hey, and if you're watching on Facebook, I probably won't be able to interact with you a whole lot. You'll see me interacting with the chat. Head on over to Laughing in Disbelief on YouTube, and you can join us on the chat. There you go. Okay. Should I just do memes? I think I should just do memes. I think I'm going to slog through. It's time for memes, everyone. Here we go. I shared this on, my cat's Facebook page, and I think it's adorable. It's a variation of Starry Night. Maybe it's Kitty Night. I don't know. By the great artist Van Cat. Looks a little bit like Biscuit. I'm not going to lie to you. The cat looks a little bit like my cat, Biscuit. Now, this is a joke. This is a meme you're only going to get in case you're a fan of Loki, the Disney Plus show, which if you haven't seen it, it was a lot of fun, to tell you the truth. So remember, only you can prevent new variants. Wear a mask, get the vaccine. I thought that was pretty cool myself. And once again, if you're not a fan of Loki, the show, then you may not get it. Though just between me and you, those of you who are fans of the show, I think Crocodile Loki should get his own show. Obviously he should, Andy. And the last meme. When I die, my dog would be sad. My cat will just eat the food off my plate. Is that what my cat would do? It looks a little sad, but it's still eating the food off my plate. Yeah. I've had a dog before. I don't currently have a dog, but I think that if my dog was still alive, my dog would mourn my passing. But I don't know. Biscuit likes me, but I don't know. I don't know if my cat would mourn my passing. All right, checking out the chat one more time before going through the show. So we are also doing the after show, of course, at 10 a.m. And if you want to be on the panel, there's a link in the description below. If we all shout Andy, am I actually? I am. All right. If we all shout Andy, well, hey, that's uncalled. I don't know. The cat will eat my face. Well, I hope. Well, I'll be dead. I won't care at that point. Tesla Ranger, hey, glad to see that you're here. All right, let's do the first article, the first news story, because that's what we're supposed to be doing here, right? First news story. So this was the ad that launched 1,000 racists. This is the ad that launched 1,000 death threats. And no, this didn't happen in Alabama or Mississippi or here in the States. It happened in the Russian Federation. This was the ad. They got traditional morality, agitated, irritated, aggressive. Here it comes. Links in the description below, everyone. Restaurant pulls ad with black man after death threats from far right group. Moscow a Russian sushi delivery chain issued an apology on its social media accounts after posting an ad featuring a black man. The restaurant's owner said he was bombarded by death threats from a nationalist hate group and forced to take down the advertisement. The name of the company is this bunch of letters here. I'm going to try Yabadabadu. No, it's Yobi, which has stores in 65 Russian cities, posted its first ad featuring a black model. A man surrounded by three women with Slavic features on August 14th. It followed up on the campaign 2 weeks later, posting another picture of the same man eating sushi. And the chain's social media accounts were quickly flooded with hateful comments. The founder, Konstantin Zeman, I'll go with Zeman, attributed the attacks to a hate group called Male State and said the barrage of threats came after the movement's leader, I'm going to call him Vlad, shared the chain's ad on his account. So Vlad, who, as soon as you think, here in the States, we have a monopoly on stupidity. As soon as you think that we have a monopoly on racism, the Russians, they're like, hold my beer. I'll show you how it's done. Over this dude. All right, story continues, everyone. Male State and Vlad, the leader, which describes itself as a movement promoting traditional values in Russia, have previously threatened Russian women and biracial children, LGBTQ, and feminist activists, and others. The group boasts on its social media pages as having over 100,000 members. Vlad, because that's what I'm calling the leader of Male State, has been convicted previously of inciting hatred towards women and was given a suspended sentence in 2018, which was overturned a year later. Right, because it's an oligarchy and a patriarchy and a theocracy. That's what the Russian Federation is. Not surprising. And that's what we would have, microphone, if Donald J. Trump was elected again as president. That's right. Microphone doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. Doesn't like that thought. On Vlad's Telegram channel, which is a social media channel for fascists, his followers call for real actions. They publish links to social media accounts of the girls who were also featured on the ad and write negative reviews on all sites, online maps, App Store, and Google Play. Zeman wrote in a letter published on his blog, he added that he received numerous death threats and that his personal phone call was leaked online, leading to dozens of hateful calls. The sushi company, took down the ads and posted an apology to its Instagram page on behalf of the entire company. We wish to apologize for offending the public. With our photos, we have removed all content that caused this hype. On their, on their fake Facebook page, the Russian Facebook-like social network where Male State rose to prominence, of course it did, Yobi, wow, I guess that's what I'm calling the sushi company, said it apologized to the Russian nation for having hurt the Russian people with its photographs. Many of the Instagram followers of the sushi company were outraged that the ads had been deleted, as well they should, because the company got bullied by racists upset about this picture. How absurd is that? But the thing is, Male State, which doesn't sound gay at all, right? I mean, we all know, everyone, we know, researchers show that homophobic men more or less want the D. They want it hard, they want it long, they want it thick. That's what male homophobes really want. They're just repressing those feelings and emotions. Checking out the chat. Hold my vodka. That's right, Jessi Bear. That's right. People, and Male State, the Russian hate group, does seem to be a particularly toxic breed of aggressive and stupid and repressed sexuality. Mail State, that's right, Jessi Bear. Mail State sounds like a fun gay bar. It does indeed. I think I caught up with everyone. Well, the pick is pretty cool, right? The pick is pretty cool, Dee Parks. Well, they do sound like incels, Tesla Ranger, right? Because if you're going to get that upset over this picture, there's just something wrong with you, like deep down. And doing death threats too. Mail State. Okay. Usually I play like a video of some kind of news event that's going on because I woke up 20 minutes ago. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I didn't have. So I'm just going to go to the next panel. I'm just going to go to the next news story. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure what it is. It's a mystery. And Christian woman sues CDC, Dr. Fauci, Krispy Kreme, and others over mask mandates. Oh, yeah. Yep. She's suing everyone, but I think she really hates Krispy Kreme. Is this a case of Karen gone wild? Of Karen just getting real super litigious? Yes, it is. Jennifer J. Reinerheld, I'm just going to call her Karen, from Indiana, who suffers from asthma, recently filed a federal lawsuit against CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, Krispy Kreme, Sephora, AMC Theaters, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and many other government agencies and individuals claiming that their face mask mandates discriminate against her. The way she's trying to prove that point, however, makes it impossible to take her seriously. And of course, this is Heathen from the Friendly Atheist, everyone. All the links are in the description. For example, she condemns Fauci and the CDC for conducting research on mask use without her consent. She says statewide mask mandates in Indiana encourage people to place their dirty, bacteria-laden masks on eating surfaces in restaurants and pushes them to avoid washing their hands, and they would have to put on their masks before going to the bathroom. And here's her ever so dramatic story about the horrors that occurred at Krispy Kreme. All right, so the YouTube, the internet is full of videos popping off in fast food restaurants, in drive-throughs. And is this a drive-through related story? The drive-through related story that caused all of this mess? Well, we know what really caused the mess is her mental probably Christianity, to tell you the truth, evangelical Christianity. But I'm getting out of the story. Let's just next panel. Here's what happened. On or about June 5th, 2020, Karen had promised her daughter, Karen Jr., that she would purchase donuts for the students and teacher of the Student Drivers Association education class on the last day. Junior Karen requested Krispy Kreme donuts, and Senior Karen went to Krispy Kreme store where there was an extremely long drive-through line that wrapped around the building. It did not appear to be moving. There were only 2 people in line at the store. Uh-oh, here comes the drama. Karen Sr. was forbidden entry into the store without a mask. She explained to the store manager that she had a medical disability and could not wear a mask, but was still denied entry. Senior Karen, having promised Junior Karen donuts, returned to her car, donned a mask, and waited in line at the store for 10 minutes to get the donuts. She had an asthma attack. Well, she said she had an asthma attack in the store as a result of wearing the mask. Store employees, including the manager, were unconcerned she was having an asthma attack. They told her she had an option of going through the drive-thru if she did not want to wear a mask. They told her going through the drive-thru was an acceptable accommodation, and it is, entitled people, crazy people expecting that they're going to get what they want when they want it. And when they're told no, that this is a society and you have to follow some rules, they have a meltdown. Good Lord. I love Heathen's commentary on this crazy Christian. Good Lord, what a nightmare human. Senior Karen's entire lawsuit reads like this. She's someone who demands everything, and she doesn't give a damn who might hurt as a result of her selfishness. For the record, there are medical exemptions to mask mandates in certain places, but no one has to go to a particular restaurant, much less stand inside because a drive-thru isn't their favorite option. The 380-page filing, this is Karen's lawsuit, also includes evidence from over a century ago suggesting masks don't work, as if the threat of COVID and the efficacy of masks should be judged by what people understood 100 years ago. Naturally, she's representing herself. No credible lawyer would be caught dead filing a lawsuit this ridiculous. And you knew this was coming. She told Business Insider she decided to file the lawsuit because God urged her to. I don't think God's telling you to sue Krispy Kreme. I mean, let's face it, God's an evil God. A cursory look at the New and Old Testaments shows that God advocates the smashing of babies' brains, child sacrifice, genocide, all kinds of horrible things. But does God hate Krispy Kreme? I guess he would. Microphone goes, if God was real, he would hate Krispy Kreme donuts. Because he's so evil? Yes, because he's so evil. Senior Karen, who is a non-denominational Protestant Christian, said she fasted and prayed for about a month earlier this year, seeking a solution to pandemic safety measures that she saw as cut and dry government overreach. She said the answer she found was that she should bring the lawsuit. Well, God told Noah to build an ark. God told Karen to file a 380-page lawsuit. Seems legit. I felt like God was directing me to file a lawsuit, she said, because I know I'm not the only person. There have been other people who've told me they struggle, and they probably had even some worse experiences than me. I liked how she qualifies the fact that there could be some people who've had worse experiences than her, than having to wait in line at a drive-thru or to go into a store to get donuts. Oh, wow. Gotta check out the chat. 17 comments. Let's see what's going on. Oh, that's it. Spot on, Dr. Mordecai. I want to talk to the manager about Antifa. Right. Exactly. Karen Jr. Yeah, Karen Sr., Karen Jr. I was going to say all their names. The obscure, mysterious medical disability that probably doesn't exist at all. It's hurt feelings. That's what it is, everyone. And Dee Parks says there is no mask mandate here. Well, there's a mask mandate where I live, just no one's paying attention to it. At least in some areas. There's some areas that no one's paying attention to it. Somewhat ridiculous. What's up, Phil Lister? Glad to see that you're here. Just keeping up with everyone. So there's no Krispy Kreme donuts in heaven. Well, once again, God's an evil God. So I don't think he'd have Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't know what he would have, because I'm still on Weight Watchers. And yes, microphone, I do look a little thinner. Thank you for mentioning that. What am I down to? I'm down to 195 pounds. What did I start off at? 203. Huh? That's weight loss right there, everyone. The horror of that woman's suffering is inspiring. I like that, Phil Lister. She does inspire, doesn't she? The suffering inspires us all. What's up, KCA Randy? Glad to see that you're here. Rainbow, that's a good question. Is there a Karen porn called "I'd like to something to your manager"? I'm going to let everyone's imagination go wild with that. Good morning, Kendra. All right. It's hard to believe that we're already at halftime, that this is halftime where we had to do the halftime tummy rub show. Now, I've been told that I should ask people to hit the like button here on YouTube. If you find some value in what's going on here, if you find some value, if you enjoy the show, and maybe if you enjoy the chat, you can hit the like button, even subscribe. And hey, there's no ads. There weren't any ads last night on my conversation with Bertha Vasquez, the director of the Teachers Institute for Evolutionary Study. There was no ad when Dr. Josh came on, and we talked about the Atheist Handbook of the New Testament for Volume 1. No ads on any of those conversations. No ads on this channel. Well, in the new and somewhat new videos. There's still a few way back there. And I apologize for that. I have to get rid of those. But hey, viewer supported here, everyone. If you are a YouTube member or patron, thank you. If you're not, consider throwing it a bit, right? It would be nice. All right, let's do something funny. This is really funny. I think you'll enjoy this.
I will pray for you.
For real?
I promise. Absolutely.
It'll be like an actual prayer, right? It's not one of those on the toilet constipation prayers.
No quickies. I promise.
Don't give me a prayer in flush. I want like a real prayer.
No, I got you.
If you do a prayer in flush, forget about it.
So he said he's not going to pitch in, but he'll pray for me.
Oh.
Did he really? How do I know? How do you fact check a prayer?
That's the best excuse, man. Prayers are free and untraceable.
If people had to pay $1 every time they prayed, God would have a lot more free time on his hands.
People are praying for everything these days. They're praying for parking.
You're praying for parking. Someone's praying for a kidney. You don't think you're clogging up the prayer airways?
Yeah, but I thought God could multitask or something. I prayed for a girlfriend last week and he never got back to me. So.
No way, that's him.
Who? Prayer guy over there.
You know what? I'm gonna follow up on my prayer. Hello,
Charlie.
Yeah, so
hello.
last time we spoke, did you pray for me?
I absolutely did.
Speaking of prayers, I've been doing a little praying myself.
That is so good.
Yeah, isn't that great? I asked God if you prayed for me, and he said, you never mentioned me.
Oh, so God spoke to you?
In a sense, yeah, vibes.
Okay, so what I do is I have this prayer list, and I have God bless the list.
Bless the list? You don't even pray for each thing? You just carpet bomb blessings?
Look, I am for everybody, okay? I pray for everyone, even people I don't know,
What's the point of a prayer if it's unlimited and you're praying for everybody? Like what, are you going to pray for the Yankees and the Red Sox to win the same game?
Look, I prayed for you on my list.
Yeah, you have a prayer FICO score of 300.
My prayers get the job done.
Your prayers suck, you know that?
My prayers are powerful, Charlie.
Okay, my prayers
powerful,
have 5
a
teeth.
sad little
man. He just loves you, but everyone thinks you're a jerk.
That spoke to me, everyone. That spoke to me. I hope you enjoyed that. I believe his handle is American Baron on Twitter. No, on, of course, TikTok. Funny guy, brilliant guy, does these great videos. Prayer procrastination. That's it. Prayer procrastination. That's right. I love that. I will do literally the least possible equals prayer. I think that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Yeah. I do like the system of having a prayer list and just asking God to bless the list. That is efficiency right there. I imagine that cuts your prayer time at least in half, right? All right. Am I caught up with everyone? I think I caught up with everyone. Hit them like buttons, John Hudson. You can preach the godless word, John Hudson. All right. So what have we covered so far? Crazy Russian racists with the most non-heterosexual name ever, called Male State in Russia, causing trouble in Russia over an ad. And I'm going to show the ad again just because this is the ad that Male State, the Russian hate group, got so infuriated about. So we covered that story, and then we covered the woman suing, the Christian who's suing Krispy Kremes, the CDC, Anthony Fauci, because God told her to. And what's the next story? And because, I'm so disorganized, I don't even know. It's a surprise to me as much as to you, everyone. Oh, it's about this guy, Ron DeSantis. And, if you saw the show last night with Bertha Vasquez, you can tell how much I like Bertha, and she's such a good-natured person. I didn't try to goad her into saying anything horrible about Governor DeSantis, right? Because she's under a rock, and she's in a between a rock and a hard place. Being a teacher, being representative of Ties, which is affiliated with the Richard Dawkins and and the Center for Inquiry. So, yeah. But Ron DeSantis, he is an idiot monster, an idiot child monster. Florida withholds funds from 2 school districts defying DeSantis order banning mask mandates. Florida's Department of Education announced Monday it has withheld funds from 2 districts that defied Governor Ron DeSantis' order banning mask mandates in school, driving the news amid a surge of COVID-19 cases largely driven by the Delta variant. Several Florida school districts have implemented mask mandates despite threats from DeSantis and state officials to withhold funds for doing so. This is the thing. We've been following this story for a while. DeSantis said he was going to withdraw money, basically not pay the superintendents and other high-ranking school officials within counties if they decide to do mask mandates in school because it goes against his executive order or the craziness. And I'm going to say this once again in case you're just tuning in. Florida schools. Bertha, who has been teaching for 30 years, was on the channel last night saying about how her classroom has no windows. The door isn't even open because they're afraid of school shooters. So she is stuck in a classroom with 35 students, relying only on masks and the ventilation system and keeping them safe in terms of the transmission of the virus. That doesn't get you angry. I don't know what does. The Commissioner of Education, Richard Corcoran, said Monday the department has withheld funds from Aluka, that's how I'm pronouncing it, Alusha maybe, and Broward counties equal to the monthly salaries of school board members. It said this was because each district has implemented a mandatory face mask police. Fuck him. Wow, it's been only 32 minutes. Usually I start throwing the fucks around a lot earlier than that. Each district has implemented a mandatory face mask police that violates parental rights, fuck their parental rights, by not allowing a parent or legal guardian to opt out their child. We're going to fight to protect parents' rights to kill their children. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a little bit of editorializing on my part. We're going to fight to protect parents' rights to make healthcare decisions for their children, Corcoran said in a statement. The penalty will continue monthly until each school board complies with DeSantis' order, the department said. Yes, but the move comes despite a court ruling last week that found that DeSantis' order was without legal authority. The judge also said he was issuing an injunction that blocks the department from penalizing schools for mask mandates. The final ruling, however, has not been formally entered. Per the Miami Herald, Corcoran made no mention of the ruling in his statement Monday. The Department of Ed said it would appeal the ruling. Last panel on this story coming up. The big picture, DeSantis is one of several Republican governors who have issued orders or signed laws that ban governments, local governments, or officials from implementing mask mandates. The U.S. Department of Education announced earlier Monday has launched investigations into 5 GLP-led states, Iowa, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Utah, that banned mask mandates in school. The department said that for now, it's not launching probes in states where mask bans are not enforced or have been struck down by the courts, including Florida, but will continue to monitor those states. This is a positive bit right here. The Biden administration had already said it would give financial assistance to school districts punished for defying executive orders that ban mask mandates for students and educational staff. What is absurd is that for a vast majority of school districts, there's no mandates for people to get vaccinated. There's no real mandate in a vast majority of the school districts for teachers to get vaccinated or for staff to get vaccinated. I will say this, when Bertha was on the show last night, she did say that the union was paying members $250 for getting the shot, for getting the jab, right? They're trying to incentivize good behavior. But of course, some people refuse to be incentivized and are just jerks and idiots. I'm going to check out the comments. COVID has an insanely high COVID infection rate, Phil Lister. It's one of the most infectious states in the union. Yeah. Once again, we've been covering this story, and it is consistent that Florida is amongst the worst hit states with the Delta variant. He is a GOP tyrant, rage, definitely a GOP tyrant. Let's see what else is going on. This is a good point, Jessi Bear. Majority of the schools are painfully underfunded, trying to protect children which cannot be vaccinated. Let's take away your money. Yeah, I know, it's insane, right? All right. There we go. I think we're going to do the last news story. What is the last news story? Conspiracy theorists who held a Belfast, this is in Maine, everyone, rally and called COVID-19 a hoax, dies of COVID. You know, it just seems like it's really a question of what story to cover, because there's usually 2 or 3 stories of high-ranking GOP or anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers who die from the Delta variant, and it's different. This is how perverse the world is now. It has now become difficult for me to determine which COVID rat to talk about on this show that has died from COVID, and this is the person I picked today, to tell you the truth. This is our COVID rat who died of the day. This is a conspiracy theorist, and you think you've heard about conspiracy theories. Robert David Steele, a former CIA officer who also claimed NASA is operating a child slave colony on Mars. No longer with us, folks. No longer with us. This person who believes NASA is running a child sex slave colony on Mars. Died of COVID. I don't even think a single tear, to tell you the truth. I don't even think a single tear for this guy. A far-right conspiracy theorist who called COVID-19 a hoax and hosted a rally last month in Belfast, and once again, that's Belfast, Maine, has died in a Florida hospital after contracting the virus. Robert David Steele, a former CIA officer who has also claimed that NASA is operating a child slave colony on Mars. That is so crazy. I've never heard of that conspiracy, that NASA is operating a child slave colony on Mars. That is so, wow. Rallied a large crowd at the Krispy Center in Belfast on May 27th. Steele was joined by notable Maine conservatives, including Christian Northrup of Yarmouth and State Rep Heidi Sampson, a Republican from Alfred. Northrup, an obstetrician gynecologist, was once a best-selling self-help author and regular guest on the Oprah Winfrey Show, but has most recently gained notoriety promoting misinformation about masking and vaccines. What? Someone who was on the Oprah Show doesn't know or care about science and maybe is just a grifter? I am shocked. Shocked. Sampson, meanwhile, likened COVID-19 vaccine mandates for healthcare workers to the deadly medical experiments carried out against Jews in Nazi Germany, comparing Governor Janet Mills, a Democrat, to Dr. Joseph Mengele, who experimented on concentration camp prisoners and was also known as the Angel of Death. Steele, who was also a Holocaust denier. See, this is the crowd of anti-vaxxers, of anti-face maskers. You can have someone who's saying that, mask mandates, are forcing healthcare workers to get inoculated. It's like what the Nazis did to the Jews, while the guy next to you is like, Holocaust never existed. I agree with you, but the Holocaust never existed. Steele was also a Holocaust denier and advanced the unfounded QAnon conspiracy that Democrats are running an underground child sex trafficking ring. Multiple media sources in Maine and nationally are reporting Steele's death, which appeared to be confirmed by his supporters on social media, who are now saying he was murdered by opponents seeking to silence him. This is normal, of course, right? Nothing happens without some kind of ulterior reason or secret reason in conspiracy theories. When Lucian Greaves, co-founder of the Satanic Temple, was on the show a while back, we were talking about old professor over at Harvard, a guy named Mac, and about he did a lot of quote unquote research about recovered memories about alien abductions. And Mac died in a car accident. But the thing is, his followers thought, it must be the aliens killed him. It must be the aliens. Same thing about this Steele fellow. He died of COVID, but his fans, his followers think conspiracy. Steele appeared at the rally in Belfast, and once again, Belfast, Maine, with Samson as part of a nationwide tour by the group Arise USA, which had been critical of COVID-19 restriction and alleges 2020 election fraud. Of course. Belfast is in Waldo County, which experienced a surge of COVID-19 cases shortly after the July 27th event. The Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention has not opened an outbreak investigation associated with the rally, agency spokesman Robert Long said Monday. Steele and Sampson both called for a forensic audit of Maine's 2020 election results during the rally, despite there being no evidence of any disparities or even widespread complaints about Maine's election responses. So what have we learned? Well, what have we confirmed? That all of these crazy conspiracies get packaged together in a crazy, shitty present, an anti-present. You throw some anti-sex trafficking conspiracies. Meanwhile, the Catholic Church is doing its thing, right? The Boy Scouts of America were doing their thing for decades. But this is the thing that these idiots are glomming onto, are these fictitious, satanic child sex rings. You throw in some anti-Holocaust, there's some Holocaust deniers, some, the election was rigged. It's all together in this horrible, toxic GOP MAGA package. That's what it is. Checking out the chat. This is a Greek mass comedy. I see what you did there, Dr. Mordecai. Very clever. Very clever. I like that. This is it right here. And you know what, Dee Parks? Dee Parks writes, this is where poor education and unchecked religion gets us child sex ring on Mars. I'll also say that this is the effect, I'm going to say, of environmental poisoning, right? The fact that we still have lead pipes in this country, shooting lead-tainted water into children. You can't tell me that isn't affecting us, right? Just look at Flint, Michigan. That's an extreme case, sure. But how much lead? There's no safe level of lead. And if it's lead, it might be some other environmental contaminant that's affecting how good people can reason, how their frontal lobes work. And also, there's these forever wars. I don't know if you know about these forever wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. They're just wound down. But you have people who've served there, who've gotten head trauma, who've gotten brain damage. And I don't know what the Steele's background is. He worked for the CIA. He might have been in Afghanistan or Iraq. I don't know. But when I hear that kind of bizarre thinking, I think of psychosis, delusions, of course, and maybe a head trauma. That's what I think, a closed head trauma. All right, see what else is going on here in the chat. Oh, Wild Eden. What did the Martian call the human who was run over by the bus? A flat earther. Very nice. Very nice. Simply Secular Dave. At birth, we should be given a number for our expected lifespan. Well, you can just, I remember getting life insurance, right? And they're telling me, yeah, this is what the numbers say for you, Mr. Hall. It's like, well, that's disturbing. At birth, we should be given a number for our expected lifespan, and birthday should be a countdown. And if we make it past that date, we should call it past our best before date. I like that. Or over life. I like that. To tell you the truth, and this might be stoic, this might be a bit comical, maybe Buddhist, but I feel that if every day is a gift, then we're all living our past due dates in some extent. That's positive in a very negative way, to tell you the truth, Dave. Well, you're right about that, Jessi Bear. The VA, the Veterans Association, won't acknowledge the majority of TBI and PTSD diagnosis. I was having this interesting conversation with Jason Folks from Dragons and Genesis, and he mentioned about the uptick of serial killers after World War II, because all these guys came back, all these soldiers came back with head injuries who suffered horribly, and there was an eruption of serial killing in this country. Flint still has unsafe water. You're right about that, Jessi Bear, which yeah. Okay. I think we did it. I think we did it all. 46 minutes. We covered racist Russian sushi. It wasn't the sushi that was racist. It was just the Russians who didn't like the ad campaign. We covered Ron DeSantis being just a jerk, Ron DeSantis. We covered the non-denominational Protestant, which for me, when I hear non-denominational Protestant, I just think, wow, that's a crazy sect, whatever that is. That's a crazy church. And let's face it, non-denominational Protestant usually means some kind of flavor of Calvinism, some kind of crazy evangelical. We covered that story about the woman who was suing Krispy Kreme, the CDC, Anthony Fauci, in a 380-page lawsuit because God told her, all because of a drive-through incident and a mask. And we had a couple of jokes. We shared some laughs, everyone. We shared some laughs. And once again, there's the after party after show at 10 o'clock. The link is in the description below. Let's do something funny.
Sick of playing with a feather from a giant orange bird. I know something better. Ooh, now baby, let's show the world. You grab a jug, give it to a friend, and start a jug band. Yeah, jug band solo, get it on. I don't have the angle. You just got. Damn it. Okay.
The cat was kind of into the jug band for a couple of seconds, but then after that, not so much. So once again, thank you for sharing this morning with me, everyone. For those of you who are in the chat, for those of you who are lurking, for those of you who are watching, for those of you who are shaking their fist and saying, why does Dr. Kennard say so many crazy leftist things that are true? Why? I don't know. Everyone compelled, obsessed with fighting fascism and Christian supremacy, white supremacy here in the States. That's what I am. Hit the like button. Yeah, Jessi Bear, please do that. All right, so I'm going to drop down the thank you video for patrons and for YouTube members. Once again, thank you, everyone. And I'll see you at 10 o'clock.